And now on Children's Hour, slightly later than expected, we continue our lineup of festive programming with Paddington Bear.
One wintry morning, Paddington was having breakfast. The Browns had gone out for the day, and he was alone with Mrs. Bird.
Oh, it's a good thing I have so much fur, Mrs. Bird, or I'd think I'd freeze if I were outside.
Aye, it'll be a white Christmas yet. There's a storm coming. I'll bet my pension on it.
Oh dear. You've just reminded me. I haven't done any Christmas shopping yet.
Ugh, well, it's not too late to go out and do some. I can give you a lift to the local market if you want.
Thank you, Mrs. Bird, but the Browns have been ever so kind taking me in. I want to get them something extra special to thank them.
Very well then, young'un. Wrap up one and be careful.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
Paddington had set his heart upon getting the Browns something to show how much he appreciated them. So he went to catch a train into the city in the hopes of finding the perfect presents. Presently, Paddington came to Crumbold and Ferns. They were a very old department store in the heart of the city. If ever he was going to find the right gifts, he thought, he'd find them here.
Hello there.
Good morning, sir. What can I do for you today?
Oh, well, I'm trying to find a Christmas present for my family, and I want it to be perfect.
Well, sir, you've certainly come to the right place. Perhaps I could interest you in our Tunisian Tupperware collection.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, that's just an inflatable rubber dinghy. One of our latest arrivals.
A dinghy? That does sound impressive. And Mr. Brown has always talked about wanting to go sailing.
Yeah, well, I guess you could say it's a modern reinvention of a classic design. It inflates up to 3 times its size in a matter of seconds, you see, and comes complete with an automatic distress radio, emergency flares, seasick pills, and a fishing rod. It isn't just a boat, sir. It's a way of life.
Oh, it's perfect.
Is it? I mean, yes, it is.
You mentioned that it inflates?
Yes, sir. You just pull the cord and it will...
This one?
Yes, that will... Watch out!
Uh-oh.
What have you done, Bear?
I seem to be having a spot of bother with the utilities, I'm afraid.
Stay there. I'm going to get help. And security.
Oh dear. What's this? Emergency flares. Well, this is an emergency. Aim up and pull to fire. Oh dear.
So what happened, Paddington?
The assistant said I caused a soggy scene. When you said there was a storm coming, Mrs. Bird, I didn't think I'd be the one to cause it. I'm banned, Mrs. Bird.
Banned?
That's right. The assistant said I was banned, barred, prohibited, forbidden, and access denied.
Sounds like a right pain in the thesaurus.
I think that was probably the dinghy.
Ugh.
Oh, what am I going to do about my Christmas shopping, Mrs. Bird? I feel as though I've let everyone down.
Paddington Brown, have you ever heard the saying, it's the thought that counts?
No, I haven't. What does it mean?
Well, it means that sometimes the best way to appreciate someone is to get them a present that you know they'd enjoy. It doesn't have to be anything big, it just has to be for them. Do you think you understand?
Mrs. Bird, I think you've just given me a most spectacular idea.
That's good. I imagine I'll see you back at number 32 later.
Yes, you will. I'm going along to the market.
Alright then, I'll see you there. But don't be too long, I wouldn't want your tea to go cold now, would we?
Paddington had indeed had an idea, and he knew just where to get what he needed.
Well, that was very tasty. Thank you, Mrs. Bird.
My pleasure. Who would have thought that marmalade was such a good garnish for roast turkey?
Dad, can we open our presents now?
Yeah, can we?
Now, what have I told you both? We were going to do presents in the evening.
Oh.
Oh, go on, Henry, darling. Can we please?
Oh, please, Mr. Brown. I've got a little something I'd like to give everyone.
Oh, all right then.
Oh,
Yes.
brilliant.
Okay, close your eyes, everyone. Right, let's see. Jonathan, here you go. And oh, Judy, here's your one. Mrs. Bird, I'm sure you'll like this one. Mrs. Brown, here's your gift. And last but not least, Mr. Brown, here you go. You can all open your eyes now.
Oh, how
what
This
is
sandwich
it?
disguised
It's
as
not a marmalade sandwich.
Oh no, I hope it's a little better than that. Well, you can open them, you know.
Oh, it's wonderful, Paddington.
It's so cool.
I can't wait to use it.
It might even last me till New Year's.
How did you know I used to ride a Harley Davidson?
Oh, because you told me, Mr. Brown. You said, you know, Paddington, I used to be very cool. I have a moustache and ride a Harley Davidson.
Ah, yes, I'd forgotten about that. Thank you, Paddington. It's wonderful.
And so, Aunt Lucy, that is how I learnt that sometimes people can show just how much they love each other with even the smallest of gifts. I think it is important to make your thoughts count, especially at Christmas. That is why I hope you like the present I sent you. Love from Paddington.